3, 2, 1. Now live.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
There we go. Nice. Pete, that was the short version. What's up with that? I gave you the 3-minute version of that song. Anyway.
I know, but I was having trouble finding it in your folder. See, all your downloaded music. I was having an issue finding it. Instead of having more and more and more dead air, I played what I could find.
Okay.
More and
All right.
more.
Well, that was, if you don't know, that was the theme from the old series SWAT. And that was 1970s. And it was actually, I believe, Robert Urick's first major role. And he was the rookie cop on the SWAT team. Jim Street was the character's name. And, it was like a 2-3 season, give or take, series. Really good. There were a couple of movies that were based on the premise after the fact. But it was actually a really good, quirky 70s series.
Yeah, it was.
And the reason that I had picked out the one that Pete couldn't find, it's a 3-hour version of that, and it was done by Rhythm Heritage. Was the company or the whatever you want to call it, the band, the artist, whatever that.
3 hours.
3 minutes.
Oh,
I'm sorry, 3 minutes.
Say,
Still thinking his theme from last week, Gilligan's Island.
So the thing with that was that, and this surprised me because this week we're doing the Decade in Review again. This one is the 1970s. Last week we did the 60s, had a blast with that. This week we're doing the 1970s. I was shocked, and I'm using the Billboard charts for each year to determine who does what and whatever. 1976, the Rhythm Heritage version of the theme from SWAT was number 5 for that year.
Really?
That was a huge song.
And I was like totally.
Because it was a great theme.
It was. I actually, believe it or not, now I was a kid. I was 10 years old when this was out. Now we didn't play Cowboys and Indians or Army or anything like that. My buddies and
G-Force.
My buddies and I, we always did. We all had at the time. They had a set that came. It was a SWAT set based on the series that came with the rifle. It came with a pistol. It came with a vest that was supposed to be bulletproof and all these little stupid accessories. And we all had that. So we used to pretend that the attached porch at my parents' house was the SWAT van. And we always had this 45 playing because I had a record player out there. And we would have this song playing, and when it got to the point in their version that the SWAT van pulls up and skids to a halt, we all flew out the back door of the...
think you were the A-team or something?
No, it was SWAT team. And
this is what... do you know what I played too? Maybe you guys are too old for this.
I know this song. I just can't.
No, you're thinking Super Friends, but it's not. Isn't that G-Force?
Yeah, Battle of the Planets.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I never really got... I guess I can't say I got into it because it was... the time frame that it was broadcast was usually when my buddies and I were out doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to play SWAT. We all had the phasers and stuff. We always played Star Trek. And it was something to do if we got bored with playing football or wiffle ball, we would do that. And
So you were
kept us
outside
out of
playing
trouble.
instead of on your
tablet. You didn't have a tablet.
Well, that's the point I'm making. You know, back then, you got together with your friends, your buddies, you went outside, you went in the woods, you took walks.
Yeah.
You didn't spend your day playing video games or on your tablet and...
No, and we had woods right there. So, I mean, we would play
we
Star
did
Trek
too.
and SWAT right in the woods.
Yeah.
And we used to run around and, quote unquote, shoot at each other and have a lot of fun. And it's probably a good thing that this Corvid virus thing did not happen back then. We didn't have video games.
No, there was nothing to do at home.
You just watch TV. That's all you could do.
But you only had 3 stations. So if you...
By the time I was coming around, it had cable.
Well, I was a kid when cable came out. And I do remember the original box that had a slider on it that was hardwired into the cable box on the TV. And then all of a sudden there was a remote and it was like, oh, cool. But yeah, I mean, when we were kids, I mean,
there was no computers.
Something like this, you would have been screwed.
Yeah, you'd have to
that was it, but anyway, so that was the theme from SWAT. And like I said, number 5 in 1976, which again totally floored me. I thought that was cool. I was going to play the theme from Chips for the theme song because that series was in the 70s as well. Mm-hmm. And then when I started getting into the songs, I'm like, theme from SWAT, number 5. Oh, that changed chips right away. And but hey, is what it is.
There was a lot of great themes. I did a thank you video from the city employees to the first responders.
Yep.
And I used the theme from Hill Street Blues because I
Oh,
wanted
Okay.
just
yeah.
a nice mellow, just a nice
Yeah.
mellow theme.
Yeah.
used
I
that
have,
one.
I told you how I've got a spreadsheet at home that is very small font, but it's all different, like the links that I send to you are all proof that I've listened to all of them to make sure there's no profanity, no added stuff to it.
Yep.
But just the theme
What do you got? The
section.
SARS in there?
Yeah.
To
Just
disinfect you?
Yeah, disinfect me. No, I've got my seasonal allergies are kicking my butt.
Yeah, be careful because
And-
if you're not taking medication for that to kind of control them,
Yeah, I am.
you should be because
Yeah.
a couple of people that I've talked to that because you're already getting hit with that, you become more susceptible to the other thing.
Well, I've had them my entire adult life, and I can tell you that when I get sick, which is not very often, there is a huge difference.
Oh no, I know that, but I'm
but-
saying is you're already fighting
Yeah.
fighting your allergies and
Yep.
so just be careful. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, always. So I want to start off by it's 11 minutes after 6. So we got off on our little tangent early, and but
Not like we don't do that the entire show.
I know. But I want to thank you guys both for coming in these very trying times. Pete, thank you. Good morning to you.
Yep.
And Lynn, thank you for as always picking me up on the way in, and thanks for coming in today.
You're welcome.
So, with all that in mind, you are listening to the Bobby G and Company show, and we got some. Like I said, we're going to play a ton of '70s music. I literally have got 16 songs
I know, I'm so
in a 3-hour
excited.
show today. So I'm hoping that we're not going to have to X-nay any of them, and we're just going to run with this. So we started off with the theme from SWAT. Let me bust into, as I break my mic, let me bust into National What Day. There's only 2 of them. Today is actually.
What?
Well, no, that's all I got is 2.
Actually, I'm gonna go find the Stone Cold Steve Austin what, and I'll that'll be your cue for the what day. What?
Okay, what?
What?
All right. Today is actually considered Holy Thursday by the Catholic community, and it commemorates the Last Supper. I'm sure I knew that, but I did not remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, because you figured Good Friday was the day he was crucified. So
Yeah, but then
I was an
Easter
altar
Sunday.
boy.
I was too. That's the word part.
Good Thursday.
I mean, you
I
could,
used to serve. Well, I went to Catholic school, so I would
Yep,
serve
so did I.
Holy Thursday Mass. I wasn't a communicant of Holy Cross Church, but
Okay.
they used to pull us because they knew we were altar boys.
Yep.
So they would pull us at random, say, you're going to go over and serve Mass today.
Yeah.
yeah, it's 4
No.
days. I mean, it's today, Good Friday,
This is the first time
Good
ever
Saturday.
Holy Saturday and then Easter
Yeah,
Sunday. Yeah.
and
in my
Easter.
nearly half a century of life that I've ever remembered Mass has been canceled for Easter. First
Yeah.
time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Seriously.
weird. Even like last Sunday was Palm Sunday, and it bothered me all day.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I watched my Chalice of Salvation. I watched Mass.
Oh,
on
okay.
that.
Yep.
No, I didn't even think
No,
to do
that's
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're running Chalice now. We're starting to run Chalice. I'm trying to run it every day right after we finish our regular radio stuff.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the weekly Chalice Mass, I'm just going to repeat all week just to give people, a little bit of.
So now, normally you run until 10 o'clock in the morning with your variety of shows. What
Yes.
happens now that the students are no longer on campus? What happens at 10 now?
So you guys, we have an automation system up at the college. You mean the college has an automation system that keeps the radio station on the air.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I go back to the automation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So anyway, Holy Thursday, always the Thursday before Easter, and then we go into the other one, and it is National Winston Churchill Day, and this was signed into law by U.S. President John F. Kennedy in 1963.
Really?
Yes, and
Did
he
not
was
know that.
he was made an honorary American because of the efforts during World War II
Contribution during
by
the war.
Kennedy. Yeah, I did
During
not know
the
that.
war.
I did not know that.
I find that odd.
Yeah, it was. I did too. I agree. I found it strange. I never heard of that
Yeah,
before.
he's not a citizen of the United States.
No,
Yes,
well, he is honorary.
he did great things, but
Yep, but it makes you wonder if Kennedy is actually an honorary citizen of England. So with that in mind, cue me up some Connie Talbot, would you please?
Yesterday,
Sing it, Lynn. Oh, what am I saying? Don't. No.
all my troubles seem so far away.
Oh, my God, she's singing.
Not bad.
Not bad. Oh my God, that's because your filter is
I've
broken.
been told that many times. I
Yes.
have a good voice.
You do?
Yes,
She was harmonizing halfway decent.
Yeah, harmonizing. Yeah. Can you sing solo? So low we can't hear you.
Kill you.
How about Far, Far Away? Can you sing Far, Far Away?
Can you?
All right. So way back into the year 1682.
I'm not half the man.
I've got a pen in my hand.
You got a
and I
pen
know
in
how
your
to
hand and
use
you're not
it.
afraid to use it. All right. Robert Cavalier de la Salle discovers the mouth of the Mississippi River and claims it for France and names it Louisiana. That's where that name came from.
So Louisiana is French?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. That
That
territory was held by the French until the 1800s.
Je ne sais pas.
I wonder if that name, like in French, means something else.
Well, Louis, King Louis, so Louisiana
Was he the king at the
was the
time?
land. Well, that's a name that's gone back to French hierarchy forever. So it's the land of Louis.
Okay.
So anyway, 1865, a little bit further forward, the American Civil War. Robert E. Lee surrenders the Army of North Virginia, which was 26,765 troops,
Wow.
to Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia, effectively ending the Civil War.
I
That
saw.
was in 1860. You were there.
I
You
was
saw it
not
for-
there,
yeah.
but I did get to see Ulysses S. Grant's grave.
Really?
He's in. They have a big monument and stuff for him in
Okay.
Philadelphia.
Really? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So 2 years later, 1867, the Alaska Purchase, and I didn't know this, passing by a single vote, the United States Senate ratifies a treaty with Russia for the purchase of Alaska. Bet you they're kicking their butts now.
Oops.
Yeah.
They could have had all that crap.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
right. All that snow.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, the new season of Deadliest Catch starts next week.
Woo!
I love that show.
I knew there was something fishy going on. All right, so 1945, the United States Atomic Energy Commission is formed. 1959, here's one for you, Pete. Project Mercury. NASA announces the selection of the United States' first 7 astronauts, whom the media quickly dubbed the Mercury 7.
Yeah, I
They were
remember that.
Scott Carpenter, Gordon Cooper,
Yep.
Gus Grissom, Wally Schirra, Alan
Schirra.
okay, Alan Shepard, and Deke Slayton. Mm-hmm. Those were the Mercury 7. Then we go to 1965, Houston, Texas. The Astrodome hosts the world's first indoor baseball game, and that was between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. Boo. Then Governor John Canale threw out the first pitch. The Astros would go on to win with a score of 2-1.
There you go.
Good.
See, now that's the in-depth reporting that you need to start doing, Lynn.
And the
Excuse me?
Astrodome still stands to this day.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
They're not going to tear it down.
Nope. And then we have in 1967, I got to flip my page here just to make sure I'm done. Yep, this is the last one.
let's go.
1967, the first Boeing 737, a Series 100.
Boing.
Or 107. I just said series and it came up Siri was trying to get my attention here. It made its first maiden flight today in 1967. So those are your historical facts. Let's cue up some wildfire for some celebrity births.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Love you guys.
We love you too. All right. So, celebrity births, going back to the year 1926. This guy helped many a young man get through puberty. Mr. Hugh Hefner was born today. He passed away in 2017.
Oh, God.
The American publisher and founder of Playboy Enterprises.
Yep.
The man of awesomeness.
Yes.
He passed away last year. It was very.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. It's been a
2017.
while.
It's been 3 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Weren't you a bunny at one point? No.
You
Okay.
wish.
Yeah. Yeah. That's on my bucket list. Where
They asked
All
me, but I was busy.
They asked you. Oh, got it. 1935. And this is a guy that I did know by name, and he was in a ton of things. Avery Schreiber was born today. He passed away in 2002. He was an American actor. He's one of those guys, if you don't know the name, you would know him by sight. He had this huge, the only way to call it is black afro. But he was in an awful lot of different movies as bit parts and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
great actor.
good.
1937, Marty Krofft was born today, the Canadian screenwriter and producer. He, along with his brother Sid, created Sid and Marty Krofft Pictures, famous for children television series, including H&R Puffin Stuff, which was in 1969. I remember Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. That was 73 to 75. And if you're a kid, and you're not. I'm not talking about the movie rendition with what's his nuts that was in it, but the Land of the Lost, the series,
Oh, yeah.
from 74 to 76.
Love
what's the guy?
that show.
Colin. What's the guy's name that was in the remake, the movie? I can't.
remember.
I'm trying to think of what he was in. Elf. I can't think of the guy's name.
The guy that played Elf?
Yeah,
Colin Mockery?
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. Yeah, he was in the movie rendition of Land of the Lost, and it was a total joke. But that was Marty Krofft. 1954, Dennis Quaid, the American actor, singer, and producer, was born today.
And currently insurance pitchman.
Yes, he is.
He's a whack job.
Oh,
man.
come on. What are you talking about?
Him and
Quaid?
his wife are crazy.
They're all crazy.
No, you're thinking of his brother, Randy Quaid.
Oh, I'm
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah, Randy's
no,
out
Dennis.
Dennis is the insurance pitchman. Randy's the guy with the big beard.
So here's another one for you, Pete. I got one right here for you. 1974, Jenna Jameson was born today, the American porn actress and model.
good Lord.
Woohoo! So those are your celebrity births. I
Now
actually,
successful businesswoman. believe it or
yeah,
not.
exactly. I don't have any celebrity deaths today, so we're just gonna skip right over that.
We're killing the segment.
We're killing the segment because there were a lot of deaths, but nobody that really.
All right, let's diverge for a minute. Did you watch any of WrestleMania?
I watched the whole thing. What'd you think of it?
What did you think about the Undertaker's junkyard match?
You know, I'll tell you that
I thought it was awesome.
That was the first night, and that ended it.
Yeah.
When I was watching the first night, I thought that the match before that was the end of the show.
Oh.
And I actually stopped watching it.
Oh,
So I didn't see the entire. I saw the highlights of it, and
Did
the
you
highlights
watch it back from the pay-per-view?
No, not yet. But I will. But
It was awesome. They told it cinematic style, so you know that they didn't do it all one take.
Okay.
It almost looked like one shot. It was
Yep.
pretty close to being one shot. But they told it in a cinematic style, and I think it was awesome because it gives Taker now, because he's declining and he's 54 years old.
yeah, he's my age.
It gives him a venue to come back every year and still be Taker
Yeah,
and not have to wrestle a full match.
exactly. He's not. Yeah. I agree with you.
But I think it was the perfect vehicle for Undertaker, and AJ did a great job along with the rest of the OC.
Yeah, from what I saw from the highlights of it, it looked like a phenomenal match. What'd you think of the Brock Lesnar Drew McIntyre?
It was quick.
Oh, it was real quick.
It was quick. It was quick. I think Brock wanted to get it over quick to drop. I kind of thought with the way this storyline was building that he was going to drop the belt.
I was really glad that Drew won the title.
Yeah.
Did you see Raw the following night?
Probably. I don't know.
There
This week's been a blur.
there was actually, after that match, there was more that happened. Big Show came down to the ring.
Was there?
While Drew was still in the ring. Drew came back out for an interview like 20 minutes after the end of that match. And so they're in the ring and they're doing the interview, and he's got the title belt on, and Big Show's music comes out.
Yep.
So he comes walking down to the ring, and he basically challenged Drew McIntyre immediately to a title defense. And Drew's like, there's no way. I just fought Brock Lesnar. There's no way I'm fighting you.
Yep.
And he slapped him across the face, and Drew was like, okay, you're on. And it was really good. I'm always amazed that somebody the size of the Big Show can get picked up and slammed.
He's such a good performer, yeah.
And Drew actually picked him up and slammed him, and gave him his running kick and
The Claymore,
and kept the belt. It was actually really cool. That's how
so
they
that
ended
cements his
Raw.
reign. That's a good thing.
Yes, that's how it ended Raw.
Drew McIntyre said that he hadn't slept in about 48 hours. He did backstage. He taped something for backstage.
Yeah.
And he said he hadn't slept in 48 hours because right after Mania, he was home watching Mania because it was all taped.
Yeah.
He said, I put the belt upstairs in my study and I wouldn't leave. I didn't want to. It wasn't official till the match was aired.
Okay.
He said, as far as I'm concerned, He said, I don't want to change anything because you never know. They could edit me out and I could lose.
Sure.
He said, but I wasn't going to actually hold the belt with my wife. My wife thought I was crazy. But he said I wasn't going to hold it till after that match had aired and it was official.
Yeah. I thought it was.
But he said he started doing media that night, that Sunday night.
Yeah.
He did media like all for the UK because they're waking up. He did all the morning shows. He
Yep.
said he was up for like 48 hours. It was crazy.
That's something because, I mean, he's been in WWE for literally 18 years.
No, he got fired.
Yeah, I know that. But his time in equals 18 years, and he has never before that match gotten
Dropped
a
the
title
belt.
shot.
I know.
And so, I mean, I thought that was really cool that somebody that's been.
I like how he broke the fourth wall too in the match.
What do you mean?
When he pointed at the camera and said thank you to all the fans.
Yes.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. But
Yeah, that was cool.
But there was no fans, and he was like,
Nope.
you know what? I didn't care. And Vince McMahon apparently thought it was awesome.
And I wasn't sure how this was all going to play out with not having an audience. If it
Dark
was
matches.
Yeah, I mean, but it actually worked out pretty good.
I was
you didn't notice.
surprised. Well, you know what? You know what the thing is? You finally got to hear a lot of the inside baseball stuff.
Oh yeah, they were talking smack big time. That was pretty cool.
Right, and you could hear the refs' calls and things like
Yeah.
that, stuff you don't normally hear.
Yep.
Which I thought was cool because I like the inside baseball part because sometimes you hear them. You kind of sometimes if you listen really close, you could hear them calling the match a little bit.
Yeah.
If there's something went hairy,
Yep.
you could hear him calling the match, which I thought was awesome. So yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun.
I think we're putting Lynn to sleep.
Well, that's 10 minutes I'll never get back.
Oh, come on. Why do you got to be that way?
It was entertaining. You know
It
what?
was entertaining.
Hey,
It was
with no
awesome.
sports or anything else going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
it was entertaining.
I
Yep.
I rewatched the Super Bowl the other
Yeah,
day.
you would.
He's
That's
gone.
so-
He's gone. You know, they introduced his new shirt yesterday.
Who?
His new jersey.
Brady?
Yep.
I'm not talking about Brady. I watched the Super Bowl, which was the Chiefs and oh my
San
God.
Francisco.
San
Did you get another bowl of soup with that rewatching? Because I mean, every time you watch it, you don't get another bowl of soup. Just saying.
But it was fun to watch it because at that point I already knew they were going to win, so I could relax and watch
But
it
were you sure?
and not be so
Oh,
revved
okay.
up. So it was kind of fun to watch.
Yeah,
it.
but
And
it's
there was
what's
no
the sense in that?
commercials.
What's the sense in that?
I was bored out of my mind.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so listen, let's bust into our.
So were
What? Go ahead.
so were the rest of us.
Yeah.
So I watched the Super
That's why I
Bowl
watch
again.
WrestleMania.
It was fun.
By the way, Gronk is a 24/7 champion now.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, God.
I saw that. I hear Brady's going to be challenging him next week on Raw.
You know that would be funny if Brady rolled in and rolled up the title. That would be
That would
a
be
great
funny.
angle. He might actually do it now that he's not under the Patriots.
Who
thumb.
knows? Hey, stranger things been known to
He
happen.
might actually do that.
So look, let's bust into our first song and keep this conversation going after that. The first song is actually an old theme song for this radio show, which I thought was pretty cool.
It was your original theme
It was
song.
the original thing. Yep, it was Norman Greenbaum with "Spirit in the Sky," and this was from 1970. This, and again, this is one of those ones I don't buy into as far as where it ended up. This was the number 9 hit in 1970. I thought it
Of
should
the
have been.
year?
Song.
Yes.
That's pretty good. That
But I
means
thought
was
it should have
number
been
one.
higher.
No, not of 1970. There's some great music in 1970.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what? That was my favorite time was the 70s.
You remember the 70s?
I do.
Uh.
I was in high school.
Well, yeah, for the 8th time. All right.
No.
So Norman Greenbaum with "Spirit in the Sky," and you're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB.
Number 9. When I die
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Underwriting for community radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day, the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hi, this is Jacqueline Boyle. I'm from Stamford, Connecticut, born and raised in New Jersey. I'm making my professional debut on November 27th in Windham, New Hampshire. I am the 3-time Golden Glove champ out of Western New England and 2018 New England Golden Glove champ as well. I'm looking forward to making my debut here. It's about an hour and a half out of from Springfield, Mass. So I would love to have some support out there if you can come out and see me fight. I'm fighting a girl who has 4 professional fights, so it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I was also a former gymnast, so we are definitely up for a challenge. She's technically 2-0 and has 2 draws as well, so she is an undefeated fighter.
Did she win?
No, she did not, but she put up an awesome show. She put up an awesome showing for it. All right, so listen, we have discovered something. Lynn and I have discovered something while we were off air listening to Spirit of Sky.
Yes.
We have discovered that I really should not have a 5-hour energy
Thank you.
before having my coffee.
No kidding.
Oh my God. We were laughing hysterically during that whole segment while the music was going with all kinds of background, inappropriate humor. I might
big
add.
time.
Lynn is such a pig.
Oh my God! I'm going to talk to Hope. You're
You're
allowed
already
to have
talking to her.
that.
She's listening.
Good morning, Hope.
She's in the helicopter. She's flying back to the helipad right now. All right, so cue me up some Keurig music, Frankie. All right. So this is your Keurig Facts of the Week segment. And we're out here educating the masses while you're still being isolated from the world around you. So
It's not educating; it's more entertaining.
Well, that allow me my delusions, okay?
I educate. I got some good stuff today.
Yeah, Pete, she's gonna share some porn sites with you.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, I'm out here and she's on her phone. I'm like, oh my God, Lynn, really?
You are so
Hello.
I know.
If anything, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
I was scolding him.
You were scolding me. All right, so your Keurig Facts of the Week. And as Lynn always says, if your boss does not have a Keurig fax machine, Keurig makes fax machines now. Did you know that? It's incredible. You can fax somebody a coffee.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can also ask them a question. So you can fax them a coffee and ask them a question.
That's it. No more 5 hours.
No more 5 hours.
Hope.
Okay.
Hope, don't ever do this to me again, Hope.
I've got another one on the counter. I'm going to save it for next week.
Grab it and throw it in the basket.
I'll buy
please.
more. All right, so your Keurig Facts of the Week. The number first one. Did you know women blink their eyes twice as often as men do?
Yeah, that's because we're always going, what did you do? Oh, my God.
I didn't say rolling of the eyes. I said blinking the eyelids. Okay.
No, we do both.
Yeah, you do both, I'm sure. And Hope will agree with you, I'm sure, on that one.
Yep.
And also, did you know lightning strikes the ground about 6,000 times per minute?
Yep.
Somewhere in the world.
Yep.
6,000 times. I'm sure my dogs can
Holy
attest
crap.
to that.
Well, we're supposed to get some of that today, this afternoon.
Yeah,
We're
it's definitely going
supposed
to be rain.
Thunderstorms, too.
Thunderstorms, lightning.
And
Spring is here.
I love spring.
I do, too. I
like
prefer
the
fall.
thunderstorm.
I prefer fall. That's my favorite season.
Yeah, I'd have
Less
to
allergies.
agree. I love
Well,
it when the
I
leaves
just-
change
yeah.
and it's a little crisp in the air.
Exactly,
and- yeah.
exactly. And then the Big E is nearby, and
Yeah.
you get to go and make fun of all the people shopping and, doing
Hopefully
stuff.
it'll be open this year.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be devastating.
Oh my
if it
God,
isn't.
Hope would just
Hope is going to be
freaked
inconsolable
out.
if the Big E is canceled this
Yeah.
year. There's going to be
It
no
won't
living
be.
with her.
Hopefully it'll be all over because they're starting to see a slowdown. The curve is starting to even out. They said
hope
last
so.
night.
Actually, the peak was in the next 2 days.
yeah.
I
the
hope
next
so.
10 days.
Good. Let's
the-
hope that
till
things
the
start getting
17th.
back to being normal. That'd be awesome.
Pete,
so-
what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Checking my temperature.
You checking your temperature?
Oh,
Oh.
cool. Can you take
It
mine?
is very warm in here, Pete, just so you know.
I got the window open.
Yeah, it's still warm in here. We should put the AC on.
97.8.
Where did you
Yeah.
get that thermometer? That's cool.
That's a rectal one?
No, it's a Braun
it.
infrared.
Where'd you get it, though?
I bought an FSA store for the
Harbor
flexible
Freight?
spending account.
FSA. What?
I have a flexible spending account. It's a medical account, so you
Oh,
can use it for medical stuff.
Yep.
But then at the end of the year, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I buy
Right.
medical supplies.
There you go. All right. So
I'm pretty well stocked in Band-Aids.
how you going with toilet
Yeah,
paper?
you don't want to lose it. I had that when I was working.
I have a great med kit in here because of that. So yeah.
Nice, nice. So your final Keurig fact of the week, November 19th, is National Have a Bad Day Day. I never heard of that before.
Why are you talking about November 19th?
Because that was the next fact that came up for me.
Oh, right. I thought you were.
So that was your Keurig facts of the week. So you got women blink twice as much, talk 8 times as much. Lightning strikes 6,000 times a minute. And November 19th is National Have a Bad Day Day.
I'm going to strike you 5 times a minute.
5 times?
At least.
Woohoo! All right. So listen, without any further ado, Lynn, do you have
I do.
info that you need to know coming from Lynn's Corner? Take it away, Mrs. Lynn O'Brien.
Okay. So I spent a lot of time online, actually the last 2 days.
Yeah, like
but
3.5
more so
minutes.
Oh, no. There is so much stuff out there that I could go on for a half an hour talking about all the different sites and everything that they're offering. And there was so much more this week as opposed to everything that I looked at last week, which it's just, if you have a problem, I don't care what it is, there is help out there. There's even a website, if you're alone, if you're older, you're a single parent, your kids have the anxiety or you do, there's even a site for you to go to that you can call them or you can have them call you and they can kind of talk you off the edge and, just let you know that you're not alone. There are so many people out there that are just waiting to help you. It's really cool.
I'm alone.
So impressed with what I had found. So
right.
anyways, the first thing I want to talk about is right here in our backyard, Ocean State Job Lot. And I know right here in Westfield that they're doing this because I was in there the other day. They are offering their customers free mask making material.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's really nice material. You walk in, you can get 5 sheets. It's free. They also have boxes of plastic gloves, and they right there by the door, very inexpensive. But all the mask making materials are free, and it's really nice stuff.
Huh.
So I did get 5. I brought it home. I'm going to look at it today and try to get it put together. But
Hope made a mask the other day.
yeah,
It would fit Jasmine, but I mean, she made a mask.
yeah.
She's got to expand on the size to fit my massive melon. But
Yeah, you do. I bought one from somebody on Etsy that my girlfriend knows,
okay.
and it's a little tight on me, but it fits. So I'm going to start using it when I'm in public.
Yep.
Good. I don't go anywhere without mine except here. This is the only place that when I leave
We
the
have a
house,
closed set.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not 100 people here. There's not people.
And we disinfect
exactly.
and stuff like that. So, we have a closed set.
yeah, I feel okay being here, but I
even
wear
so,
one every day.
Even so, did you guys get my email about we're going to attempt to see what everybody has for equipment?
No, well, I saw your Zoom thing.
If we have to go virtual, yeah,
we'll have to
test.
talk about that. What do you mean virtual? With the radio shows?
Yes.
How the hell's that going to work?
It'll work. We've done city council meetings with it, so it'll work.
Yeah. What kind of equipment are we needing?
A laptop with a camera so you can see each other for visual cues and some sort of a microphone.
Okay.
You have a cellar full of stuff. I'm sure you can scale up something.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle that, though.
Sure
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
Take it
so
away.
let me go on. So there is a new site called benefits.gov, and it is a great website for the virus resources as well as live updates. Every day they list live updates on what's going on in each state. Oh my God, there was so much stuff on this. It's an actual virtual help center, and it just went on and on and on. Some of the things that they're including is an unemployment resource page, a page for healthcare. So if you've been laid off and your company isn't keeping your benefits rolling, like some places, they are laying you off, furloughing you, but they're letting you keep your benefits so you're not losing your health. But there are a lot of places that they just laid off or furloughed and you lost your benefits. So you can get on there and look for options for health care, and this is all through the government. They're offering loans for businesses, and there's also places that can help you during the outbreak. There is also a support hotline. So again, it's another resource if you're freaking out, you've got the anxiety, your kids are very wound up because they don't understand what's going on. There's even a section for how to talk to your children, what to tell them, how to tell them. Just, oh my God, it just went on and on. There are so many resources. So that is a great one. And again, it's benefits.gov. And once you get on the main page, there's a huge menu and you'll be able to find whatever you're looking for. Now, there's another website, and this is off of the www.cdc.gov, and they've got a big section on what to do if you feel sick, because a lot of people are starting to deal with the spring allergies, and there are other things going around. There's a stomach bug out there, and we're at a point where we get a little symptom and you freak out. You can go on this website and there's a guide to helping you make decisions and seek appropriate medical care. So you can punch in your symptoms. It'll tell you whether, stay home. You just got to be smart. You can't be running to your doctor every time you have a sniffle. So this is really a good place for you to figure out whether you should be calling your doctor or should you stay home. You don't have the right symptoms. It helps clarify what's going on. So again, that is the www.cdc.gov, and also there's tons of other stuff on their website. The newest update for our area is, and you probably heard about this last night, but if not, the Big E Fairgrounds in West Springfield, they're going to be opening a drive-through testing site. But for now, it's only going to be for first responders and health workers that have to be at work. They don't have any choice. In order to be tested, you need to have symptoms and a referral from your doctor. Then what they'll do is you'll go there, you'll be tested. The police department is going to be notified of everybody who tests positive, and then they get involved with whether you need to go to the hospital or stay home. But this is going to, I didn't see the date. All it said was it was going to be open 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. Right now, it won't be open to the public. Again, it's just going to be for first responders and health workers. And if that changes, I will let you know. So the last thing I have is an activity for the kids. I have 3 kids. I have my 3 grandchildren at my house, and yes, they're driving me crazy.
It's a short trip.
Oh, yeah. And, the twins are 5, The oldest granddaughter is 14. She's not so bad. She keeps to herself. She talks to her friends. But the 5-year-olds, they're bouncing off the walls. They're driving me nuts. So every week I'm going to look for a really cool activity to do with the kids. Hopefully when this rain is over, we'll be able to get outside again. But if not, what I found was kids love working with stamps and ink pads. So there was a really cool website. I know.
Oh, this reeks of wrongness right away.
No, it's really cool. You either do it outside or you can do it in the house. And obviously you have to control the environment. But it shows you how to make stamps out of wine corks, bottle caps, toy blocks, and foam shapes. You use a glue gun to put the stamps together, and you can use paint, ink, or magic markers to dip the stamps into it. Full instructions are at happyhooligans.com. And they had tons of activities, but that was the one I thought was the coolest because you're not just stamping paper, you're actually
walls,
getting the material.
Ceiling,
well, no, most of
furniture.
the stuff is washable.
Oh, let's hope.
You got to be smart with what you're giving your kids, but this is a great activity. This would keep them busy for a whole afternoon.
When's the twins now? When's their birthday?
Actually, it's in a few weeks.
All right, good, because I don't know if I told you, but I ordered a drum set for them.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You know what? They love playing music.
See, I know.
They've got a little piano.
I know.
They've got the tambourine. So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a fun activity. Again, it's happyhooligans.com, and there are tons of things on that website for you to do with the kids, so check it out.
Sounds awesome. All right. Well, Lynn, you definitely did a lot of research on that one.
I did. I was hours on the website.
Hours. It seemed like days. All right. So cue me up some Dark Shadows. Let's get my B&T out of the way.
I love this song.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Dark Shadow segment. This is the part of the show where I may talk about something paranormal, I may talk about Agawam paranormal, or it may just be like today, kind of a B&T. So we're going to run with this. And today I wanted to go with a little bit of the COVID-19 virus myself, being that it's all over the place, literally and figuratively. And so, with no further ado, we have all seen so much media coverage concerning the COVID-19 virus that it almost seems unreal. But believe me, it's very real. 2 very close friends of mine have recently tested positive for the virus, and are now facing a very uncertain future. Beyond all of the common sense things like washing your hands, not going out shopping unless it's an essential you were shopping for, and just plain simple isolation, there really is a hopeful end in sight. If we, as a community and country, maintain these practices, we can beat this contagion and get back to our normal lives. But ultimately, it's up to us as to how soon this happens. You may have also seen pictures or videos from young people thinking that this is a big joke and having their COVID parties with a ton of people. This really is beyond stupid. It's time for these people to grow up and become more responsible as adults. It's really easy to visualize one of them having the infection and unknowingly passing it on to others and their loved ones. My wife is correcting me. I must have said Corvid. It's COVID. And passing it on to others. The president and other members of our political parties are telling us to self-quarantine. Do it. This will help the situation pass much more quickly. Remember, sometimes it can hit very close to home. Like I said, 2 very close friends of mine, people that I consider family. So, quite frankly, don't be a dumbass, okay? And I can't stress that.
It's true, though.
You really need to be realistic with this, and hopefully we can get by and get this past tense and be able to, like I said, move on with our lives.
Yeah.
So that's your B&T for the Dark Shadow segment. So cue me up some Thinking Outside of the Box. I love this tune. And it's funny because I play this when I proof the music for the show every week. I always play this, and I'm downstairs in my office. Hope will be upstairs directly above me, and I can hear her dancing on the couch. Her butt's
go, Hope.
And she's always like, "I love that tune. It's so catchy."
It is. It's very catchy. It makes you want to kind of boogie a little bit.
Sing it, Hope. Guarantee her butt's moving.
Well, she's flying, so I hope she ain't moving too
Well,
much.
yeah, she can wiggle in that seat. All right, so your question of the day from the Bobby's Thinking Outside of the Box segment. Now, this goes out to, I believe, Pete first this week. The question is, do snails sleep? The answers are A, no, they just take naps. B, yes, they do. C, they doze but don't fall asleep or don't fall fast asleep. Or D, none of the above. Pete, what's your vote? A is no, B is yes.
I'm saying D, none of the above.
None of the above. All right, Lynn, what's your take? No, yes, doze, or none? Okay, come on. This is only a 3-hour show.
I know. I don't.
I gave you too many choices. There's 4 of them.
Go with this. Like, I
You
think
got
everything needs to rest.
A, B, C, or 4?
In their body at some point.
All right, so no, they just take naps.
No,
Yes, they do. Or C, they doze. Or D, none of the above. Pete said D, none of the above.
I'm thinking doze. I mean,
You're thinking doze, so that would be C. They doze but don't fall fast asleep.
right.
Okay, the actual answer is B. Yes, they do.
Oh, I almost went
know
there.
neither one of you got it. Snails do sleep, probably as a way of protecting themselves from dry weather. The snail seals itself in its shell with a door of dried slime and rests. I know, it's gross. And rests until the dry spell ends. It can stay this way for up to 3 years.
What?
I'm telling you. Snails can live just about anywhere, in salt water, in fresh water, and even on land.
How about in a bucket?
Yeah, that too. Land snails travel using a broad, flat foot on the bottom of their bodies. The muscles of the foot move backwards, and the snail goes forward. This is accomplished on a layer of slime. That's just gross. Yeah. So keep in mind, though, if you ever see a snail driving an automobile, you could say, "Look at that S-car go."
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm here all week, folks. Be kind to yourself. Pete, come on. That was funny. You can laugh at that.
No.
No? Oh, man. You guys, tough audience today.
Snails? That was the best you could do?
S-car go?
No, I mean the whole question. That's a terrible question.
No, it was not. It was a great question. All right, so listen, Pete, you got the weather up and running?
Sure.
All right, well, let's do the weather segment. And once again this week, my wife, Hope Goff, from the Bobby G and Company Sky One Weather Chopper. How are things looking out there for today, honey?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Hope. How are you?
Things are looking overcast, and I think the rain will be starting very soon.
Hey, at least it's not snow.
Oh, yeah, I'll take rain anytime over snow.
Yeah, I think we're done with it.
Today in Westfield is rain starting around 8 this morning and continuing until about dinner time, and then it gets pretty windy. Right now, though, our temperature is 43 degrees, with a high expected of 57. Sunrise was at 6:19 a.m., with sunset happening at 7:26 this evening.
Thanks, honey. Awesome job as always.
Thanks! I'm going to head back to the helipad now and try to get home before the rain starts. Please, everyone, remember to be safe during these very trying times. This is Hope Goff and the Bobby G and Company Sky One Weather Helicopter signing off. Have a great show, guys.
Bye, Hope. Thank you.
All right, come on. You got to love that, Pete. You
That was
got to love it.
Yeah, the audio levels were much better this week.
Yeah, we did things differently.
I'm so jealous of her. I love helicopters.
Do you?
I do.
All right.
It's cool.
Yeah, but like I said, the last time you were up at one, you got cold and you shut off the big fan. All right. So
Let me go find Kenny's. Have you seen Kenny's?
Yes, I did.
Chopper?
We're going to talk about that later, so you can hang on to that.
All right, yeah, I gotta go grab it.
All right. And let's see, we got that done. Let's bust into another song. This one here, coming from 1971. This was actually the #1 hit that year, according to the Billboard charts once again. And I thought it was a great song to play for today.
Mm-hmm.
Very uplifting, very positive. Are you ready, Pete, for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one here is from the band Three Dog Night.
Oh, yeah.
And this one here is Joy to the World. And you're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB.
Number 1.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did
it! Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Well, good morning and welcome back. It is 7 o'clock on the button, and you're listening to Bobby G and Company on the WSKB Bobby G and Company show.
Did you hear the tone?
Yes, I did. What does that mean? Is that supposed to mean something?
Yeah.
What is it supposed to mean? I know what it is, but what is it supposed to mean?
Do you don't remember that from growing up as a kid?
No.
You didn't listen to WTIC AM, the Bob Steele Show at all?
No.
Oh, at the top of every hour, WTIC plays that tone.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Did you know in the movie Moonraker?
It's V for victory.
Did you know in the movie Moonraker that was the code to get into the Drax installation chemical room? I bet you didn't know that. All right, anyway. Hey, I had a friend of mine just share something on Facebook with me that I thought was funny as hell. Lynn already knows the answer, so Pete, I got to ask you.
Okay.
Pete, what do you call a dinosaur fart?
I don't know.
A blast from the past.
Oh, God.
Come on. It's clean. It was funny.
Here's a Ken Stompsy public service announcement.
Yeah, the hills are closed. I sent that him.
Oh, my God. That was
Did
so
you send
funny.
it to him?
Yeah.
Look at her face.
Yep. That is great. That is great. All right, so play me up some X-Files. Let's get into the news of the weird. You don't look like Scully.
Good.
All right.
Short as hell.
Anyway, broadcast date. Picture it. April 9th, 2020. All right. Now, this actually happened on March 19th of 2020, and this was reported by Brian Wise. And the headline reads, NASA fixes stuck Mars lander by telling it to hit itself with a shovel. That is so funny.
It's probably
and
true.
It is. Here's the story. NASA scientists performed some last resort concussive maintenance to fix the Mars InSight lander after it became stuck on the red planet. Next time you feel embarrassed when you can't fix something yourself, remember that even NASA scientists resort to hitting a device when all else fails. NASA's InSight lander, which is currently on the surface of Mars, has begun experiencing technical difficulties during its exploration mission to understand how similar Mars' planetary core is to that of Earth. Since the soil on Mars is clumpier than scientists expected, a digging probe similar to a jackhammer got stuck, according to Popular Science. After several attempts to fix the lander failed, NASA had to think outside the box. They were able to free the probe by commanding it to hit itself with the InSight's shovel. NASA's probe, appropriately named the Mole, was supposed to dig its way through what was supposed to be sand-like terrain. But because the soil was so clumpy, which is NASA scientist lingo for solid, the whole device got stuck in place. After a few months of practice and training, engineers were able to successfully program InSight's robotic arm to land down on the mole in a last resort maneuver to give it a good whack to free it from the clumpy soil. How funny is that? The thing gets stuck on Mars and they tell it pick up a shovel and smack itself.
That was always my father's cure for anything.
Well, that explains a lot about you.
Yeah.
I'm sensing shovels were a lot of your past.
I know. My husband always laughs when I need a screwdriver. I use a butter knife.
That's just wrong.
So one year for Christmas, he bought me a pink cloth toolbox.
Oh, you got a pink tool belt.
I know. And he loaded it up with tools. I still use a butter knife. It's more handier. It's right there. I get yelled at all the time.
The right tool for the right job. How many times I got to tell you that?
I know.
We're going to be working on my accent abilities in a few minutes. That's gonna
goody.
It's going to be funny. All right, so listen, that's your news of the weird for this week. And I'm going to, because we are a little bit behind, I am going to jump into a double play. This is from 1972, both of these songs. The first one was number 3 on the Billboard charts, and it was from a band called America. Yay. And it's a horse with no name. Then we're going to follow in right after that with the 1972 number 8 hit. And this was the Hollies with Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress.
Good
so we got a
job.
double play coming for you from 1972, number 3 and number 8. And without any further ado, let's take it away. And you're listening to Bobby G and Company.
Good stuff.
Number 3.
On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rain. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. After 2 days in the desert sun, my skin began to turn red. After 3 days in the desert fun, I was looking at a riverbed. And the story it told of a river that flowed made me sad to think it was dead. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 horse run free, 'cause the desert had turned to sea. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rings. The ocean is a desert with its life underground and the perfect disguise above. Under the cities lies a heart made of brown, but the humans will give no love. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. La
Number 8.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield. Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtsBeat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Oh, God.
The Bobby G and Company Show today is brought to you by the letter L and the number 4.
And the 5-hour energy drink.
Oh, man, those
shouldn't
things are awesome.
have had.
I'm going to buy those by the case, one every week.
Oh, my God.
It is 7:13 in the a.m. And, you were talking about different things to do that are, family-oriented, maybe a little bit. The regular television shows, for me, just, I don't know. They're not doing it because it's, I don't know. It's the same old stuff over and over
Yeah,
again.
daytime TV sucks.
Well, TV always sucks. I mean, I can't tell you how many times it's a running gag at the house. Whenever we go through at night looking for something good to watch, it's like, there's nothing on.
There isn't. I've been
18,000 channels and not a damn thing to watch.
Yeah, I pay $250 for cable.
Yeah, so we do.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, we've got
50.
We've got 5 boxes. We have 1, 2, 3.
I pay 50.
4. I have 6
50
people.
cent.
that live at my house.
$50.
So everybody
Thank
is
you, Hala.
always on the TV, especially when I have the kids. The TV's on all day because they play in the living room, and that's where their big TV is. So it's on all day. But
There's never anything on.
There's never anything on. I have probably watched Netflix every night for the past 2 months because it's the only place that has decent television.
Yep. We got back into watching Haven, which was an older series.
I love Haven.
Starring Edge.
Yes, well, at the end, but he's not in the first season or two. I don't know when he came in.
Middle.
Yeah. So we started watching that again.
It's good.
But do you have Disney Plus?
I don't think so.
Not bad. You may, especially with the twins, you may want to consider. It's like $5 a month.
Disney Plus.
But we have it, and Hope had seen an advertisement for these documentaries that we're going to be on, and one of them was about dolphins. And then there was another one about elephants that she wanted to watch. So the other night, typical evening, not a damn thing on regular TV. So I said, hey, you've been asking me about these shows. Why don't we watch them? So we plugged them in. And I'll tell you, they were awesome. Natalie Portman did the narration voice for the dolphin one. And they did an incredible job with it. It was so awesome. And I'm like going through this and I'm thinking, every Disney movie, the mother gets killed. Bambi, mom gets shot.
Nemo.
Gone. She becomes venison. Nemo, mama becomes sushi. It's just one thing after another. And I'm like, oh my God. Because they're humanizing the animals in these documentaries. And I'm thinking to myself, they're going to kill the mother in typical Disney. So I'm just waiting for this to happen because they're really emotionally investing you into the animals / characters. Well, I'm very happy to report that they did not kill the mothers in either documentary. And so that was pretty cool, but it was really interesting. And I was like, okay, a documentary on, wildlife. All right, I'll go through the motions. I'll sit here and I'll watch it. I'll play my game on my phone and I'll make it look like I'm interested. It did hook me.
Did you see any of the ones that they have on Netflix? There are.
No.
Yeah.
This was solely on Disney, and it was put out by Disney. And these were the two that Hope had really wanted to see, so we watched them. And it was really good. They're about an hour and a half each, and but very, very, even the elephant one, which I thought was going to be.
I love elephants.
Excuse me. I thought that one was going to be kind of boring, but it wasn't. I don't remember who did the narration on that one. It was not Natalie Portman again, but they did a phenomenal job with that, and showing how the African elephants travel so far. During the drought season, going from one water source to another, and the family interactions and everything else. It was actually very, very interesting and very engaging, and I did not expect that. I kind of watched it. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm keeping a happy face. She wants to watch this. She always, pretty much defers to me what I feel like watching. So I was like, no, let's watch this. You expressed an interest. Let's check it out. And I kind of like, okay, just doing something nice. And but I was very pleasantly surprised as to how entertaining, how well done they were. And they really did a great job of humanizing animal activity. And, Natalie Portman in the one for the dolphins, she's singing the praises of
I like the BBC one where Sir whatever.
BBC is too dry.
No, the World Series. It's really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
The narrator
I haven't watched
for that
any
is
of
really
that.
good too.
But you got to definitely check them out. Natalie did a great job with the dolphin one, and the person that did the elephant one, again, did a phenomenal job with it. It was, that's right. Hope just texted me.
Your research department's chiming in.
Yeah, she is. It's It was Meghan Markle that did the elephant one.
Really?
The not British princess anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hers.
Oh, come on. She did a great job with this one. Thank you, hon. I could not remember who did it, and that was it. So I want to get that off my thing so it doesn't ding again. But yeah, the two documentaries, incredible, very well done. It's 3 hours of solid family entertainment. The kids aren't going to run away from the TV crying because mama got sushi'd. It was just really good, and they did an awesome job with it.
Those programs are nice to watch.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Calm you down and...
But you know what's cool too is now again, I don't care one way or the other if you get this or not. I have it, so I'm just letting you know. Disney Plus has got different avenues that you can explore. They've got a Star Wars section where it's all things Star Wars, including the new series Mandalorian. They've got a Pixar section where you've got all of the Pixar movies.
Really?
If you like you with the twins, if they're into shows like Vampirina, there's one about PJ Masks.
Oh yeah, that's one of Aiden's
these
favorites.
are all in there. You can watch
Disney
these,
Plus,
and it's
huh?
all part of it. Disney Plus. It's an app. You get it on your smartphone or on your Firebox, and boom, it's all right there.
It's also a subscription service. You pay what?
Well,
$10
that's what I
a
said.
month?
Well, there's two plans. One is $5. No, wait a minute, or maybe it is just $5. I think it's only $5 that I pay. It's under $5, like $4.95.
Okay.
But definitely worth it. I got it just because of the 2-foot Twister of Terror.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing if you got a little kid. Yeah.
They have Vampirina on there.
See, I miss my Bar Rescue.
They have, you know what they had there?
Paramount
they have
Network. I miss Bar Rescue.
the original
Love
Mickey
that guy.
Mouse Steamboat Willie.
Yep.
Is on there, and Jasmine loves that.
Oh,
It's like
those
it's
are
like
nice.
there was only one. It was an 8-minute cartoon.
Yeah, it was the original
And
short.
when she sees that on there, she goes to Steamboat Willie, and that's what she wants to watch. And she watches it and dances and does all this stuff. But if you have a kid at home and you're looking for something to entertain them, consider the Disney Plus app. It's in my opinion, it's well worth the $5 a month.
I think we need to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be laughing. Actually, let's do the weather one more time, and then we're going to bust into some just for laughs. And once again this week, my wife, Hope Goff, from the Bobby G & Company Sky One Weather Chopper. How are things looking out there for today, honey?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Hope.
Good morning.
Things are looking overcast, and I think the rain will be starting very soon.
Hey, at least it's not snow.
Oh yeah, I'll take rain anytime over snow. The forecast for today in Westfield is rain starting around 8 this morning and continuing until about dinner time, and then it gets pretty windy. Right now, though, our temperature is 43 degrees, with a high expected of 57. Sunrise was at 6:19 a.m., with sunset happening at 7:26 this evening.
Nice.
Thanks, honey. Awesome job as always.
Thanks! I'm going to head back to the helipad now and try to get home before the rain starts. Please, everyone, remember to be safe during these very trying times. This is Hope Goff and the Bobby G & Company Sky One Weather Helicopter signing off. Have a great show, guys.
Bye, Hope. Thank you.
I still love that. We got an update for you. The current temperature is 45 degrees. All right, so we're going to do another double play, and this is a segment that, due to all of the concerns in the world right now, especially locally and statewide with the COVID virus, I wanted to bring this back, and this is just for laughs. In an attempt to lighten up your day, maybe put a smile on your face, have a little bit of fun, and go from there with it. So this is, like I said, this is a double play. So the first one you're going to hear is a comedian named Josh Sneed, and real funny guy. I played another segment of his a few weeks ago, and we're going to play that one. Then we're going to come back, and I'm going to introduce the second one. So Josh Sneed, being fat, has its benefits. And here you go. You listen to
Guys,
Bobby
we got
G.
an obesity problem in this country. And I know you're like, is this dude about to make fun of fat people while using his stomach as an armrest? And the answer is yes.
Oh, my God.
I sure am. Okay, you don't have to clap. That's not supposed to be the funniest thing I've said so far, okay? I understand where I'm at with this body. There's so many little signs that tell you need to fix it. All right, you need to get it together. Like I'm in a way now where if I raise my hand higher than this, I gotta fix my clothes when I put it back down. Little signs let you know it's time to clean it up. Had another one recently when I was on a airplane and the Delta flight attendant asked me to switch seats to balance out a 747. That will ruin your day instantly. And I know it wasn't me, all right? I know it wasn't me. It was where I was sitting versus where there were too many empty seats. But when you're a little self-conscious about your weight, you can't process that. You can't rationalize. That's not what you hear. What you hear is, sir, if you go 10 feet that way, the whole plane will fly properly. Could you help us out? Could you help us out? Thank you. Thank you. It's very kind of you. And if you have to use the restroom, please ring your call button so we can send 2 people back to your seat. I don't want to go nose up right into the sun, okay? Yes, I'll give you some extra Biscoff cookies for this hassle. Yes, I will. I know they're your favorite, yes. I don't know, I think this is going to be my year to get it back, you guys. That wasn't supposed to be funny either, man. I'm a little optimistic. My weight's gone up and down my entire life, and I blame the Book It program. Some of you know. If you're unfamiliar, when I was in elementary school, Pizza Hut decided that the best way to solve the illiteracy problem was to offer children a free personal pan pizza if they read 4 books, or told their teacher that they read 4 books. And it was great. It was great when you were a kid. You got pizza for doing homework. But 25 years later, nobody's making you read books. You're hooked on pizza. That's kind of what I'm going through right now. I just love food. And it's not that I eat too much. I just eat the wrong things. I love bad food, you know? But I know I'm not the only one. I mean, Bath & Body Works was selling a candle that smells like mashed potatoes. How fat are you, okay? When you want your bedroom to smell like buttered mashed potatoes. This fat. I got the gravy one too. You guys, it smelled so good. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie to you. You're so nice. It smelled just like them. It was buy one, get one. And I got a free bottle of fried chicken body wash because I opened up a credit card to pay for it. Like, it was totally a good deal.
Hey, thank you for watching this clip. If you'd like to see more clips from this special, you can click right here. And if you'd like to watch the whole special for just 99 cents, click right here. And if you'd like to subscribe to the world's largest library of stand-up comedy, click right here.
Click right here.
They have my family.
I'll give him the promo bump.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Even in a promo bump, he's still funny.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Josh Sneed, and when I first saw that, I was cracking up, and it just struck my funny bone. I'm a big guy to begin with, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I'm craving Pizza Hut right now. Might have to go there for lunch.
I love Pizza Hut.
Or dinner.
Hope hates Pizza Hut because back in the day, she used to work at Chicopee Savings at the Fairfield Mall.
Yep.
And Pizza Hut was pretty much right next door.
Uh-huh.
So we would go there for lunches a lot.
Yep.
And she got burned out on it. And she was like,
I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time.
I had it maybe a month, give or take, month and a half, 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she was going out for dinner with a friend of ours. So I was like, well,
travel over to West Springfield for it?
Yeah, I did. That's exactly what I did. That was the day I did the interview with Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
And I went over to Pizza Hut. I got a large pizza, and I was like, half of this is going to be lunch, the other half is going to be dinner, and that's exactly what I did.
Now, is that the one right on Memorial that's like...
No, it's on Riverdale.
Part of...
Yeah, Riverdale.
The actual Pizza Hut. Not the Taco Bell franchise with Pizza Hut in it.
This is a full Pizza Hut. It's over by
It's still
Calamari's.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they actually tore it down and rebuilt
They remodeled it, yeah.
It's a whole new building.
I didn't know it was back.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
God, I'm going to have to take Sophia there. She loves Pizza
I think they have a
Hut.
pizza buffet for lunch.
No, not there anymore.
No, they got rid of it?
Got rid of it.
Down
At least for
south,
now.
down south, that's huge. Every Pizza Hut you go to
At least for now, it's gone.
has a pizza buffet.
Yeah, they used to have it there, but now it's MIA. So listen, the second part of the double play for the Just for Laughs segment, my guy John Panette. I love this guy. He's no longer with us, but I'll tell you, if he was, this would be somebody that I would pay to go and see. And this is his, and I know I've played this before, but it's still funny as hell. This is John Panette with Water Park, and you're listening to Bobby G and Company.
At the beginning of the month, My family took me to a water park. Now, I like to swim. Swimming is my exercise. I frolic. But there are rides at the park. Horrible nay-nay rides. The first ride we went on was the giant slide. It's like 20 stories high. And I'm looking for the elevator. There's no elevator. How do you get up there? It's $35 to get in. You should carry my ass up there. How do you get up? I'm in flip-flops and a Speedo, and I'm walking up a mountain. Thank you, my friend. Let's not visualize, just let's move on, shall we? I'm walking up this thing, and I'm a little bit afraid of heights, and I'm halfway up, I'm going, Ricola, Ricola. Heidi went by with her grandfather. I don't know how high we went. I got to the top of the slide. Was it a slide? Nay, nay. I did not slide, and I have slid. When you slide, you go, wee. This is not what happened. I went, I didn't slide. At no point did my butt touch slide. You reach around and you're not touching slide, that's a free fall. I was not issued a parachute. I'm falling and I see my family walking up. I'm yelling, it's not a slide! And I hit the water. Oh God. Those people shouldn't have been there. I pop out of the water, I hear, where's my baby? Where's my baby? Like, I need this on my vacation. The next ride was the giant tube. Now, it was a medium tube at best. And it narrowed significantly. And I found out when I get nervous, I swell. It was a very tiny tube, not giant. I'm not too big, the tube was too small. But they shoot you right through. They have like water cannons. And you're supposed to just plop gently into the pool. I shot across the pool. You know in Free Willy when he jumps over a kid? I cleared 4. There were some tourists there from Japan. God bless them, I made their vacation. They're like, it's a Free Willy! For me, yes, Free Willy. Thank you. No, we have it on videotape. I'm flying across the air. It's kind of funny. I dubbed the soundtrack from Free Willy into it. So you see me flying, you hear that Michael Jackson song from Free Willy? Hold me like the river Jordan, and I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Now let me finish up the water park story. Because there was one more ride. It was a medium slide. I thought it would be a fun slide. My butt touched slide. But the pool that you went into was too short. And you pick up steam. Well, I hydroplaned across the pool. I went through the fence out into the parking lot. And I mean way out there. H-I-J, please God, let me stop. I crawl back up to the gate. They want me to pay to get in again. Listen, pal, I'm in a Speedo. You see a wallet anywhere? He said, I don't even see the Speedo.
John Panette, Oh my God, that guy is just so funny. And you know what's really amusing is that I do a lot of research for that segment, looking for radio appropriate humor.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much of it that's out there that I can't use because of the profanity. But I'll tell you, I sit downstairs in my office and I just crack up. Segment after segment, I'm like, oh, I wish I could play this. Oh, I wish I could play that. And it's like, there's no way. Pete would have the beat button going big time.
Yeah, you have to edit it.
Yeah.
Severely.
Yeah. But, I really like having that segment back because it does, I think, anyway, if you're a regular listener to the show, it does put a smile on your face and, kind of make the day a little bit brighter for you. So with all that, it is what it is there. But we will get through this. And so, Lynn, you just signed up, I believe,
I
for
just
Disney
signed up
Plus.
for Disney Plus. $7 a month.
$7, okay.
Yeah.
Best $7 you're going to spend, I guarantee
I'm
it.
excited. I can't wait to go home and show the twins.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, but you know what? If it keeps them happy.
Now, wait a minute. Let me just touch on something. You said you're going to show the twins. Are you talking about the grandkids?
Seriously?
Okay, I just want to make sure because I don't know if your husband Jimmy is going to get lucky when he gets home. I just wanted to let him know that.
That's even funnier.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's harsh. That's harsh. So anyway, beyond the COVID virus, what's going on? What do you got happening?
There really isn't a lot going on. I think
No.
The 413 Social Distancing Fest, the music festival online on Facebook is continuing. They're going to extend it another weekend.
Yeah, and
I don't know who they booked for that, but I saw that. And I know a whole bunch of bands. We've been taping stuff here, as you guys
you
can
got
see in the studio.
Yeah, you get set up.
Yeah, it looks
we taped,
really good.
We taped 3 bands over the weekend. We taped Jeff and Sam, a part of Acoustic Thunder. We taped Rick Stark and Jeff Dow, half of C.A. Jones.
All right.
And we taped Harry Rock in the rock duo, his partner Henry. He and his partner Henry rock duo. So
what do they do? I didn't even know Harry was a musician.
Yeah, Harry learned to play guitar after he retired.
Really?
Yep. And his partner was playing mandolin, which was kind of cool.
Wow. Oh. I love that.
Yeah, so it was they were our first act. And Jeff and Sam were hilarious. They literally asked us, they said, we want to live stream while we're taping. We're like, we know there's going to be breaks and retakes, and like, we don't care. Our fans. They started a stream on their phone, and then I put the program out, both of us on Facebook, and people were watching different streams. It was kind of funny. They were watching both.
That's cool.
To see the production, yeah. So it was funny.
Our guys from Shovelhead agreed to come in and play for us too. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I know Kenny booked 2 more for this weekend, so we're trying to make this a regular series even after everything finishes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's going to be called Studio 120 Sessions.
Nice.
So Jay's going to let you hang on to his equipment here?
Well, he's going to leave it up for as long as he can. He doesn't have any gigs booked now, probably till June.
Oh, okay.
It looks really very professional in here.
Eventually, I'd like to get another truss and have it, here.
Yeah. Okay.
And leave it set up so you can just come in and hang lights and stuff. Just have it up.
Yeah, because I kind of ate the budget with the new helicopter, so I apologize for that. And
between you and Kenny, with the
we're going to talk about
choppers.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Kenny's in just the next segment after our next double play.
Yeah.
But
you guys are killing me. You know that.
We're trying.
Killing me.
It is. We are trying. So listen, why don't we, with all that in mind, why don't we bust into the. Because we are almost caught up, believe it or not, with time frame.
Only 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
Behind.
So I've got a 1973 double play for you. And I do the double plays when I'm looking at the Billboard charts. If I see multiple songs on there that I like, then, okay, I jump on it, if they were real popular. I don't play the hokey ones that's like, okay, you're what? Who are you? This is just the ones that, for me, stand out. So some of these may get edited when it's, put on the social media platforms. But the first one I got for you was actually the #1 hit from 1973. That one was Elton John with Crocodile Rock, if you can believe that one. And then the second one I have was #4 from the same year, 1973. And it was Jim Croce with Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. So we're going to do a double play.
That's a good set, yeah.
It is. We're going to throw a double play at you, and you are listening to Bobby Goff with the Bobby G and Company Show right here on WSKB 89.5.
Number 1.
I
Radio. Number 4.
Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now, Leroy, morning trouble. You see, you stand about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him sir. And it's bad, bad Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he a gambler. And he like his fancy clothes. And he like to wear his diamond rings in front of everybody's nose. He got a custom Continental. He got a Eldorado too. He got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun. He got a razor in his shoe. It's bad, 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 bad Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. And meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, Friday, about a week ago, Leroy shooting dice. And at the edge of the bar sat a girl named Doris, and oh, that girl looked nice. Well, he cast his eyes upon her, and the trouble soon began. And Leroy Brown, he turned to mess about a mess with the wife of a jealous man. And it's bad, 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 bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, the two men took to fighting. And when they pulled down from the floor, Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. And it's bad, bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Yeah, he was better than old King Kong. Meaner than a junkyard dog.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Underwriting for community radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Well, good morning once again, everybody. It is 7:46 in the a.m., and you're listening to Bobby Goff and a Bobby G and Company show. Joined today with Mrs. Lynn O'Brien and Mr. Peter Colts. Thank you again, folks, for joining us. And Pete and Lynn, thanks for coming in, braving these elements today. So, Pete, I need you to do your disclaimer.
Oh boy,
we're gonna have some fun, and I hope I don't have any.
The views expressed by Mr. Goff are those solely of his own, not those of Westfield State University, the radio club, Channel 15, the city of Westfield.
Or
and
me.
whoever else might be sane.
Or me.
Yes.
Oh no,
And now.
you already know these, and all I got to say to that, Pete, is amen.
Are you B&T'ing?
No, I'm not. It's just going to be funny.
Oh boy.
Did you find Kenny's picture?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's start with that. You can put that up for me on the screen. So those of you watching on Channel 15 are going to see my buddy Ken Stomsky's new Ken's Den traffic copter.
Copycat. Yes.
Okay, he's looking at using his stimulus check to actually purchase this, which is funny to me because he's jealous of the Bobby G and Company's Sky One weather helicopter. So he wants to come back with this. But the simple fact of the matter is that with the stimulus check, Kenny will be lucky to get a 3-wheeled skateboard. I'm just putting it out there. That's the way it is. But if he wants to have a Russian theme with that skateboard, oh, not so loud. Come on. Down. If he wants a Russian theme with that skateboard, I'll hook him up with my good friends, Ivan and Nicholas. They're from the Russian Boot Piss Tattoo Company from the Moscow Gulag. And he can get the Moscow.
I'm playing the proper theme for that helicopter.
Oh, what theme was that?
Riptide.
Oh, is that what that's from?
Yeah, it was from Riptide. Remember
okay.
Riptide?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah,
You know,
okay.
the only thing I want to add to this is
I like the tail number.
Ken can go out and get whatever he wants, but the one thing he'll never have is hope.
And I can't. That is funny. I just
was wrong.
That was good. What are you talking
In
about?
so many ways that was wrong.
No,
I
it
can't
was
picture.
right.
Now I got lucky. Hope can fly better than she can drive. I got lucky with that.
Yeah, but you just said that Ken has no hope.
He's hopeless.
No,
I know.
He
has
is.
no
We know
hope.
that.
He can get
in
the
more
hope.
ways than one.
He can get that thing, but he's not going to have hope.
No, he's hopeless.
So he's hopeless.
And I
exactly.
can't see Kathy getting behind the stick.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, not with that. Not with those costumes that she's
I
been
don't know.
wearing
She
lately.
herds cows.
She herds cows.
Yeah.
She tip them too.
She owns a dairy farm.
Does she?
Yes.
cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't get out much.
She herds
So
cows.
anyway, so Kenny, my friend, if you want a Russian theme with your 3-wheel skateboard, let me know. I'll hook you up with Ivan and Nicholas, and you get the Russian boot piss tattoo from the Moscow Gulag.
You didn't notice? Just for those, did you look at the tail number?
Yeah.
It's in Chinese or something like that. I can't really see it. What's it say?
It's symbols.
What is it?
I'll shut off my mic and tell you in your ear.
Oh, okay. Shut off your mic and tell me in my ear. Oh, that is not right.
Just use
No,
your
did he
imagination,
aim that at me?
No.
Oh, okay, because I was
No,
going to be
'cause
all
he said
over
he wanted
that.
to have a cool name. He
That
said it
is
wasn't
funny.
directed at Bobby, but
okay, that is
I
funny.
wanted to have a cool name.
So Kenny, if you need some help getting your flying going, I'll hook you up, brother. So now you guys know that we talked about this. I do a lot of business with Casey Sullivan down in Florida with Triple Fiction Productions. I recently ordered a phaser rifle that was shipped out a week ago yesterday, and he brought it to his local mailbox store, and it was supposed to come UPS.
Ugh.
And I keep hitting the tracking number, and it's coming up repeatedly saying UPS is waiting for the package. So, excuse me, I reached out to Casey. I got the hiccups. Reached out to Casey, and I'm like, what's going on? I said, I thought you had sent this out. He goes, I did send it out. He said, I shipped it out last Wednesday in the morning. So he goes back to mailbox, and he's talking to Don, who's the owner, manager. And Don told him, he says, yeah, I got it. He even asked his driver, yeah, I remember that package. Well, come to find out what happened was that the package went to the post office instead of UPS.
Oh.
Oops.
So when the post office scanned it, it should have kicked out as a non-valid barcode. Well, it was accepted.
Oh, jeez.
So we have absolutely no idea where the hell my package went.
Oh boy, does the post office know where it is?
Well, that's what Don is looking into now. I actually called Don yesterday, and I found the number for the Florida mailbox, and because my intention was I called UPS the other day. I was going to call UPS again because now I'm having a first-hand conversation with this mailbox owner, and I wanted to know what was going on and where my package was. So I'm talking to Don. He was apologetic up and down, and I'm like, look, I don't care if it's delayed. I just want my package.
Yeah, sure.
He's not making any more of these that I know of. I mean, he's having a hard time getting the materials now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, it's not like I could tell him, okay, just send me another one. He doesn't have any more in stock. and he's not sure if he's going to have any more in stock. So I literally got the last one. So this is kind of do or die. Well, I did have to chuckle, and again, this goes back to the Pete's little disclaimer thing there. I called UPS, and now this was about 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm on hold for 15 minutes.
Yep.
And so this guy comes on after a 15-minute wait, and he's like, "Hello, yes, I am from UPS. Thank you very much for calling. Hi."
Oh, boy.
He says, "My name is Steve. How are you today?" The only part that didn't have an accent was when he said Steve. So he and I are going back and forth. And he's like, "Well, I can tell you right now that with the number that you are giving me, it is not in the system and we are still waiting for it." That was the extent of the help that this guy was willing to give me. And he's like, "It is the fault of the shipper and not ours. I do not know what else to do." So I'm like, I waited for 15 minutes for this.
Because he's not on this continent.
So, yeah, exactly. So then it got funnier because it was about 15 minutes later, my cell phone rings. And I picked it up, and I figured it was potential spam because I didn't recognize the number. And he goes, "Hello, my name is Steve. I am from Microsoft Windows, and I would like to sell you an update."
No way.
No, I'm only kidding with that, but it is funny as hell, isn't it? So it was just like, oh my God, really? Now I find out, again, talking to Don yesterday, or the other day, and I'm like, okay, now I know for a fact UPS has no clue where it is. He's trying to work with the Postal Service down there and, get answers, figure out where it is, and get it back on track. So hopefully I get it soon, but that's that. But, then the third thing I want to go into here.
Oh, boy.
What the hell is up with the local Chinese restaurants?
Oh, because they're suppliers out of New York City. They're running out of supplies.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what Kenny said, and I believe him.
Oh, okay.
He said they're all supplied out of New York City for their product, the majority of their product, and they're all running out, so they're closing down.
That makes sense, because I thought they knew something we didn't know.
No. He says it's because their product comes out of New York City, and those places aren't operating.
Yeah, they're all really closed down in New York.
Yeah, because, we go dominantly to one.
But that's where their suppliers are from.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go dominantly to one local Chinese restaurant. I'm friends with the owner. And then we've got two other kind of like, I'll call them satellite restaurants that we'll get takeout from on occasion. And all three of them are closed. That makes perfect sense now. I did not know that they got. It does.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
By the way, Lynn, do you have USA for your property casualty stuff for your insurance?
No.
You don't?
I do not.
Oh, because I'm getting money back from them.
Why?
Dateline yesterday, USAA, the country's fifth largest property casualty insurer, will be returning $520 million to its members. This payment is a result of data showing members are driving less due to stay-at-home and shelter-in-place guidance across the country.
Oh, wow.
Every member with an auto insurance policy in effect as of March 31st, 2020, will receive a 20% credit on 2 months of premiums in the coming weeks.
Wow, that's cool.
As a members-owned association, USA historically returns a portion of its profits to its members. In 2019, we returned $2.4 billion in dividends, distributions, and bank rebates and rewards. This brings the total amount returned to its members since January 2019 to nearly $3 billion.
Holy mackerel.
Wow.
We have other things with them, and they are amazing.
They are,
They really, really are. But all of our automobiles, our campers, our motorcycles, everything is with Progressive, because we did a price when we were looking to bundle everything. We did check out USAA. They were not the cheapest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're the best service.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy with Progressive.
Because I've had them for renters and car, and I've never had a problem with them at all.
No, they're very good to work with. We have a credit card through them and everything. They're really good.
So we use.
So that means I get 20% off on my car insurance for the next 2 months.
Nice.
So you get that through your son?
No, through my ex-father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
My ex-father-in-law served in, and once you're a member, you can stay a member. So once you become a member, so he served in Vietnam. His daughter was a member. I married her. I became a member, and
so you just stayed a member. They didn't recheck you.
No, they said once you're a member, you're a member.
That's
so you're kind of a member by injection,
or vice versa
by law.
By law.
By law.
But he actually said my ex-father-in-law said, he goes, I'll fight for you with them if they're going to try to remove you and blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. He goes, oh, that's awesome. He goes, cool. You should remember, because I keep my insurance is great through them, so I've never had a problem with them.
That's good. I wonder if the other insurance companies will follow suit.
No,
I don't know.
nice.
They're the fifth largest, so who knows?
Mhm.
They should.
They
should, because we really have stopped. I mean, for the majority, if you look at the traffic out there,
yeah, it's always
all
pretty
day
late.
long. It's almost nothing.
Yeah, my husband's truck probably has not moved in like 3 weeks.
My
We
Beamer
should
has
start it every once in a while.
Yeah, he does. He goes out there and starts it. But yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
been the last time he drove it was when he took the dog to the vet, and that was almost 3 weeks ago. So
Well, I've owned my BMW for 14 years. I have never once gotten every year since I've owned it, I've gotten a low mileage discount because it's all, local stuff or whatever. I mean, one year, the year it sat because of the starter, I think I had 14 miles on it.
oh jeez.
And the insurance company was like, is this real? I'm like, yeah. I said, you've got the inspection sticker records.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I had to put parts into it. I said, and they wanted an arm and a leg. I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. But, yeah, we've got MapFree for insurance. And I really, honestly, yeah, however you pronounce it. I mean, I don't know, if there's really a difference when you get down to nuts and bolts. I mean, all you're looking at is the money that you're costing, or that it's spending you.
Yeah, because the insurance rates are pretty much set by the state. But I go service. I've had it was Commerce and now it's Mafre. The Commerce got bought by Mafre, but I had them for a while, and then I went to USA, and I get a discount because of bundling and things like that. If you carry with one insurer, you get discounts and things like that. So I get a good discount carrying the renters and the automobile policy.
But I found that it's not so much the insurance company that you're dealing with as it is the adjuster that you're dealing with. The adjuster that we had for the kitchen renovation was a total idiot. I ended up dealing with the agent directly at MapFree, and she was awesome. And I'm asking her, I said, okay, look, this is what happened. I said, your adjuster's telling me it's not covered. I said, how is this not covered? And she goes, of course that's covered. And it was like a $500 credit that they had to send me a check for $500. And I'm like, this better be covered. I said, don't tell me that this isn't part of the renovation. And, whereas the adjuster was like, no, we're not covering that. The agent was like, yes, we are covering that.
Well, the adjusters are kind of like the hard, the bad cop.
But something, if you know you're wrong, just do it.
Right.
You shouldn't, if I wasn't so pig-headed
and
went to the agent.
But the other thing, too, is sometimes the adjusters don't know because they're
find
representing multiple companies.
Yeah,
don't just say no.
Don't make excuses.
Find out.
It's find out and look into it. But this guy was a total tool to work with, and even from the restoration thing, their perspective for the company. I mean, he was just a total tool. He wouldn't get back to them for 2-3 weeks at a time, and it just added to the chaos.
No, I don't like dealing with somebody like that. We've been very happy with Progressive. I mean, they've been wonderful, but
they got the gun. They got that gun thing, so that's always good. You get Flo coming out.
Oh, I love Flo.
I've actually met Flo.
Have you really?
Stephanie Courtney, yeah.
Is that her name? I have no idea.
That's her real name, yeah. Or her stage name. But when I was a part of APCO, it's Association of Professional Communications Officials.
Oh, okay.
I did their convention, so I used to volunteer. That's how I could afford to go.
Yeah.
And I was part of the detail work in the big night where they have entertainment and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's part of a comedy troupe that does kind of like a Whose Line Is It Anyway type of thing.
Oh.
As part of the entertainment.
Okay.
And I was part of the backstage crew, so I got to meet her.
Oh, that's
she's
neat.
really cool. Actually, she's a blast.
Really?
She's wicked. Even more funnier than the Flo. Seeing her doing like pickup sketch comedy.
That's funny.
She's super funny.
The ones that I love are when she plays her sister.
Oh yeah.
And she was on the
she was the mother,
bike,
sister, everything.
The exercise bike one.
So if you want to look up her other
killed
stuff,
me.
her name is Stephanie Courtney.
All right, maybe I'll get her on the comedy just for laughs.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, let's do up another weather report. And once again this week, my wife, Hope Goff, from the Bobby G and Company Sky One Weather Chopper. How are things looking out there for today, honey?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Hope.
Morning. Things are looking overcast, and I think the rain will be starting very soon.
Hey, at least it's not snow.
Oh, yeah, I'll take rain anytime over snow.
That's tomorrow.
The forecast for today in Westfield is rain starting around 8 this morning and continuing until about dinner time. And then it gets pretty windy. Right now, though, our temperature is 43 degrees with a high expected of 57. Sunrise was at 6:19 a.m. with sunset happening at 7:26 this evening.
Thanks, honey. Awesome job as always.
Thanks. I'm going to head back to the helipad now and try to get home before the rain starts. Please, everyone, remember to be safe during these very trying times. This is Hope Goff and the Bobby G and Company Sky One Weather Helicopter signing off. Have a great show, guys.
Thanks, Hope.
All right. So just an update on that. It is currently 45 degrees outside right now. And, I'll say this. Kenny likes the idea of the helicopter. Obviously, he thinks it's funny. We're going to run with that. But, Kenny, I got to tell you, brother, unless you're the lead dog, the view never changes.
Wow.
Often imitated, never duplicated. That's all I can say, brother. That's all I can say.
Damn.
But I do have to, on a personal note, I do have to say thank you to Kenny. He was going through his house during this time of isolation, getting some cleaning done, and he found 3 hardbound Star Trek books that he had, some novels. And he texted me. He's like, "Hey, do you want these?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
I picked them up last week. So Kenny, again, I know I thanked you through social media, but thank you again for that. I was so stoked to have those. And
It's really cool, actually.
It is. It's really cool. I was so flattered that Kenny thought of me. With that. And so again, I thank you very much for that. So we're going to bust into our next song. This is a single hit. It's not a double play or a triple play or any of that. This one here is from 1974. This was the number 10 hit, and I was surprised at that. I thought it should, again, these ones I think that are barely making the charts should have been significantly lower. This one here is going to probably make my wife make me watch Sweet Home Alabama again
Good
for the
movie.
umpteenth time. This one here is Leonard Skinner with some Sweet Home Alabama.
baby.
Turn it up, baby.
Number 10.
Big wheels keep on turning, carry me home just like you. Singing songs about the Southland. I miss Alabama once again, and I think it's the same. Yes. Well, I heard Mr. Young sing about her. Well, I heard O'Neill put her down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. I said that man
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hey, this is Dean Cain. You're listening to my friends Robbie, Lynn, and Pete on the Bobby G and Company Show on WSKB 89.5 FM. I'm also listening right alongside.
You know, that promo is just super, man. Oh, come on. Hey, you like that one. You didn't like the dinosaur fart, but you like that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right. So, Sweet Home Alabama, one of my wife's all-time favorite movies. We've watched it many times. I think she's actually worn out the Blu-ray. But Patrick Dempsey, what was it? Would you call him Mr. McDreamy or Dr. McDreamy?
Yep.
Dr. McSteamy.
Steamy?
I thought it was Dreamy.
What show was that?
It's still on.
Yeah,
It's,
but what was that?
Grey's Anatomy.
That's it.
right.
Grey's Anatomy, okay.
He's not even on it anymore. He hasn't been on it for a few years.
So you got Reese Witherspoon was the primary character along with him, and then Josh Lucas was the other. And I'm looking at a picture of Josh Lucas, and he doesn't look anything like he did in that movie. But, you know, you got Candice Bergen was in it, and Fred Ward, who did the Tremors series of movies. It actually wasn't bad for a Muji chick flick. But, you know, I always thought that Reese Witherspoon has two friends that are in it. One is a black gay guy, and the other one was a dark-haired woman. I always thought that the dark-haired woman was Kate Beckinsale. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. And it was actually Rona Mitra, or M-I-T-R-A, Mitra. Oh, man, she was a pretty good-looking girl. So I'm sure I'll be because I played Sweet Home Alabama, and I planted the seed in my wife's mind that I'll be watching that again before next week's show, at least once, probably 2 or 3 times. This is one of the, you know, and I have to laugh. I don't know, Pete, if you're like this. I know I am to a certain degree with different shows and movies.
Yeah.
Mick Dreamy. Yep, she just sent it over to me. She's my fact checker. That one there.
I have Danny Nason is my fact checker. He's my research department.
Okay.
He's actually working right now. He works at the rock quarry for Lane Construction.
Oh, nice.
So you know that big rock pile you see along Route 20?
Yep.
He runs the plant that supplies that pile for the railroads and
so
stuff.
He's one of the stoners.
Yeah.
Nice.
He crushes it every day.
Crushes the broken. All right, cool. But yeah, so I mean, I totally lost it. But anyway, some of the different movies, like Twister is a good one. Sweet Home Alabama. I'm
always up for Ghostbusters.
These are movies though that my wife knows the script by heart, every aspect of it.
Christmas Vacation.
I mean there are just some movies that are like that. And it's funny because you can't watch any of these shows without my wife sitting next to you and actually mimicking what's going on or what the lines are from each scene, which is kind of funny. I can do the same thing.
That's my mom with every movie I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So I don't always go see movies with my mom because she talks through the damn movie.
Well, I can't. I discovered very early on when Hope and I were just dating that I could not take Hope to the cinemas. She's in the cinema. She gets in there. We get the seat, and she's cold. So she snuggles in. She gets, I have to put my arm around her, which is cool. I love doing that.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. But then she gets warm. And before the opening credits are done, she is asleep. And we went on a date with a friend of mine, Rick, and a girl that he was seeing at the time. It was the 4 of us. Mm-hmm. And we went to see Disney's movie Cool Runnings, which was about the Jamaican bobsled team. Yep. Well, she fell asleep before the opening credits were finished, and her head went back and her mouth opened, and she started snoring.
No.
She snored through the whole movie, woke up at the end credits.
That's hilarious.
I was dying laughing. I loved it. I thought it was so funny. I knew I was hooked on her at that point in time, that she could be so good-natured about that. Well, what's even funnier is that every time I rented Cool Runnings, she fell asleep at home, and she could not make it through that movie. Well, I ended up one year, I was like, you really are going to watch this movie. This is a really good movie. You got to give it a shot. So we had made steaks for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put that on while we were eating dinner because I knew there was no way she was falling asleep because her face would be in her food. And so we watched Cool Runnings, and she loved it. She was like, oh, my God, this is so funny. And so that's the running gag now. Whenever she can't sleep at night, I keep telling her, hey, I'll put Cool Runnings on. You'll be all set. And by the way, that movie is on Disney Plus as well. So the other
you really need to get a kickback for all the time
I
plugged
do.
them this morning.
Between Keurig, Disney Plus, and all these other things I keep plugging away at, that's just the way it is. But, good things and all that. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's one of the movies that I, enjoyed with her. One of the other ones that I wanted her to watch forever, and it was like pulling teeth, was Beetlejuice. And she was like, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. Well, it was in the bargain bin at Walmart, the Blu-ray for $7 and change, whatever it was. So I bought it. And I said, okay, come on. We're going to sit and we're going to watch this. Begrudgingly. Okay. She got into it, and at the end of it, she goes, I am really glad that I watched that movie. That was funny.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. And, she got right into it, being that, paranormal investigator by hobby. It was a good movie and it was funny, and she just got the biggest thrill out of it. So that was pretty cool. And, but I'm sure I'm going to be watching Sweet Home Alabama and Night of the Twisters with John Schneider. That was another one of her favorites. That's actually not bad if you can get past the Dukes of Hazzard guy. Then she's got one with Luke Perry. Something about, I don't remember what it was, but something about kidnapping. And I'm sure she's going to text me that one in a minute. But that's another one. And she's got her stack of movies that are her go-tos.
Stack of movies.
Yep. You ever seen any of the Jesse Stone movies? Tom Selleck. He's I guess it's on Cape Cod. He's a police officer. He's a chief of police. McStreamy was the captain on the last ship. No, he wasn't. No. That was not him, honey. My wife is now feeding me false information. That was not him. I don't know who. I know who you're talking about, but that was not him. So anyway, she made me lose my train of thought. I hate when that happens, and it happens more and more that I'm getting old.
This is Cock and Locker.
I know, it's terrible. Well, anyway, listen, while I collect my thoughts, let's jump into another song. This one here is from 1975, and it was the #1 hit. I never thought I would play something like this on my radio show. But I did. It was the #1 hit, and honestly, as sad as this is to say, it was the best song out of the top 10. Yeah, I mean, this is, and again, please keep the hate mail down. This is the Captain and Tennille with Love Will Keep Us Together, Mooji Mooji, and you're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB.
#1.
Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Well, hey, you know...
By the way, for that song you just played, do you notice there's something right at the end, a very significant line in there?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
No, I was tuned out.
If you listen really closely, let's see if I picked it. Listen.
What'd she say?
She said Sedaka is back.
Oh, okay.
It was a tribute to Neil Sedaka. He was beginning to come back in his career, and they slipped that one lyric in there at the end of the song.
See, all those things I learned today. So
I learned that from Michael Buster McMahon, and that'll learn you on Monday morning.
There you go. See that? You're educated. All right, so The Last Ship. That was an awesome series. Another one, 5 seasons. If you're looking for something to watch, you could probably find that on one of the social sites. Eric Dane was the commanding officer on that. Had Adam Baldwin as always the first officer. But what I just realized, and I did not realize this, that the hot chick from Sweet Home Alabama, Rona Mitra, is actually the scientist in The Last Ship. I did not realize that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah.
So the other movie that my wife really likes is from James Vanderbeek. It's called Taken in Broad Daylight. That's I got that for her on DVD. I always get her, she has a movie she likes. I try and find it on Amazon or on eBay or wherever, and I always buy it for her. Those make good gifts. The only bad part is she has a lot of these Hallmark Christmas movies now on DVD and Blu-ray, so I have to watch them even if they're not on. But some of them are pretty good. I can live with it. But apparently, I'm being educated here myself. McDreamy and McSteamy are 2 different people. Eric Dane is one of them, and Patrick Dempsey is the other. I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
So apparently
they were one and the same.
No, apparently 2 different people. So I learned something new today. Did I shut off the? Yeah, I did. Okay, I didn't know if I shut off muted the phone or the TV rather.
Mute button.
Mute the button. So that's again, with so many different options on TV. Lynn just got the Disney Plus. We got that. If you're looking for something else, CBS.
You know what I've been watching?
Very good. What you been watching?
I've been following. I just stumbled across this yesterday. Alton Brown from the Food Network.
Okay.
You know the guy that hosted Iron Chef and stuff like that.
Okay.
He's doing something called Quarantine Kitchen, and it's him and his wife on the phone doing a live stream from their house cooking dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And they are so funny together. But they're on the 4th week of doing this now. Like every Tuesday night they come up with a live stream.
Yep.
And it's funny because you could tell that the last one that their nerves are fraying a little bit because they bust each other constantly, and it is so funny just watching them try to cook dinner.
Well, that's always a good dynamic when you're doing this husband and wife and they're truly a couple. You can do that bantering back and forth, and it actually adds to it.
She's from Boston, so she's funny.
So Bostonians are funny?
No,
is this a stereotype?
No.
Should I read the disclaimer for you?
No, but she won't take. She doesn't take any grief, even though he's like a star. But I guess she's a super talented interior designer, and they live in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, Hope was just telling me that she watched Rachel Ray is doing the same thing. She's doing it out of her kitchen at home, and her husband is actually filming it using the camera. And I had to laugh because she was telling me, she goes, her kitchen is just so cluttered. And it's like everything is everywhere. It's just, I could never work like that.
Alton's isn't. Alton's known for that, though. He's known for that kind of being very meticulous and very precise. And it's funny because she'll be like, why are you? She goes, he's going into he goes, I forgot something in the refrigerator. She goes, well, that's like a 45-minute mission. And she says, you go in there for one thing and you come out with like 10.
Yeah. No, I will say that even though it took a year to get our kitchen done, we both love this kitchen. Whether you're making a bowl of cereal or a major dinner, it's set up beautifully now, and it's just a joy to work in. I'm always, one of the other things that I'm always buying for Hope is stupid little kitchen toys. She has so many different tools for the kitchen. So when I find something that she doesn't have, I like to get it. and I saw it. Matter of fact, I showed it to Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
On Facebook, I saw this thing that was a dumpling cutter and maker. And I'm like, oh, she doesn't have that. So I got it. I ordered it. It took like 4 months to come in. But it arrived maybe 2 weeks ago. It came in.
Yep.
And so I showed it to her. She's like, oh, this is really cool. So she decided that
making dumplings?
She made pierogies.
Ooh.
So she made potato and cheese pierogies. And so she's got, like I said, this whole new kitchen. She's got the flour all done up and, the dough. And she's it's a 2-piece set. The first one is the cutter. And all you do is roll it across the dough. And it cuts perfect circles that are about 4 inches in diameter.
That's cool.
And so then you take that and you put that dough into the press. And you put a spoonful of your whatever you're putting into it. And then all you do is you fold this thing.
Winner, pierogi dinner.
Oh my God! And it crimps the edges automatically for you, so you don't even have to do that.
You got to put a little egg. You should put a little egg washer on the outside.
No, she didn't have to do anything.
Oh, see, I would always do that just in case.
Well, you start. She sprayed it, I think, with a little bit of Pam, so it didn't. It was definitely non-stick. But then you got to boil them apparently to partially cook them, and then you fry them.
Yeah.
And
you gotta cook the pasta.
So she made pierogies with, we had cabbage and kielbasa.
Come on, where's mine?
Oh my God, what an explosive combination.
I live alone,
You feed me this stuff and you get mad at me if I develop a little flatulence problem.
Go walk outside. Go take a walk around the neighborhood and let it.
Oh my God, it didn't help.
Let it all free.
Yeah. It's more fun to save it for bedtime and make the sheets ruffle.
Oh, God.
But then I blame it on the dogs.
That's just wrong.
It is not wrong. It's being married. So she made these pierogies, the kielbasa, the cabbage. Oh, my God. It was all perfect. I can honestly tell you now, I'm a huge fan of Millie's pierogies. These were better than Millie's. They were
homemade.
Exactly. So now she's playing around with, because I also love dumplings, Chinese dumplings. So she's playing around with looking at different recipes on how to take sausage and all this other spices and stuff and make dumplings for us. So I'm like, oh, yes, this is a good thing. Bobby bought something good, and it's going to probably add 15 pounds to my butt, but that's okay. I can live with it. But, yeah, these pierogi things. So if you see that on Facebook, it was worth it. It wasn't that much money. It was under, I think it was like $15. It wasn't all that much money. It did take a long time to get here, but it finally did. And I'll tell you, just based on that one meal, it was worth the wait. Oh. And, oh, my God, they were so good.
Everything that I've ordered in the past couple of weeks, they put it out 3 or 4 weeks for delivery.
Oh, that's Amazon, yeah.
Well, it's not just Amazon. I did it with Macari and what was the other one? eBay. I bought some stuff.
See, eBay's individual sellers. That should go out immediately.
It's the post office, the UPS and the Postal Service. Their shipping times have literally doubled and tripled what they normally would be.
Post office should not be different because we're running with a full staff. All
but
postal
I don't think
employees
they are.
Yes, they are. All postal employees are considered essential. And I can speak from experience. I'm getting all of these things from, even though I'm out with an injury, still from the union, from postal management, thanking everybody for the job that they're doing. The thing that with the post office is that they may be getting inundated with packages. People don't realize the 2 biggest customers for the United States Postal Service, believe it or not, are UPS and FedEx. They, every day, back up, just to Springfield BMC, at least 3 48-foot-long trailers come into the bulk mail center mail, stream. And people don't realize that. They may charge you $30 to, quote-unquote, ship and deliver the package, but the bottom line is that they don't go everywhere. They only go to the main hubs. If you're someplace off of that beaten path, even remotely, they send it to the post office because we do go everywhere.
But I've never had to wait that long for anything I've ordered online.
UPS is like that. UPS is actually, but Amazon now is, they're delaying it because not so much the shippers, but the pickers. They want to emphasize primary items instead of secondary. I just ordered a simple telephone cord, a heavy-duty phone cord. I ordered it a week and a half ago. They're not shipping it till the 23rd. And then I just got some shampoo. Hope has a special shampoo she likes. You can't get it in the stores anymore. All these little hair places are closed down. So I got it on Amazon for her. They're not shipping that till the end of the month.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, it may be the shipper. It may be the shipper. I don't know. But
Amazon. It's Amazon for the
frustrating.
picks because they're primarily picking the essential orders, and a heavy-duty phone cord and shampoo are not considered essential. So they get pushed back, and but, it's like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. Get me toilet paper, and I'm happy. But that's just the way it is. So Pete, let's do the weather again, and then we're going to jump into another double play from 1976. Once again this week, my wife, Hope Goff, from the Bobby G & Company Sky One Weather Chopper. How are things looking out there for today, honey?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Things are looking overcast, and I think the rain will be starting very soon.
Hey, at least it's not snow.
Oh, yeah, I'll take rain anytime over snow. The forecast for today in Westfield is rain starting around 8 this morning and continuing until about dinner time, and then it gets pretty windy. Right now, though, our temperature is 43 degrees, with a high expected of 57. Sunrise was at 6:19 a.m., with sunset happening at 7:26 this evening.
Thanks, honey. Awesome job as always.
Thanks! I'm going to head back to the helipad now and try to get home before the rain starts. Please, everyone, remember to be safe during these very trying times. This is Hope Goff and the Bobby G & Company Sky One Weather Helicopter signing off. Have a great show, guys.
Thanks, Hope.
I still think that's awesome. That will never get old. And you know what's cool is that Hope loves doing that segment. She just gets so into it. And it was so funny because kind of letting a little bit out of the bag here. When we taped that, I couldn't get my line straight. I kept messing it up. We had to make 6 tries before we finally got it right. Yeah, it was funny, and I was getting upset with it. She's like, just relax, have fun. I'm like, okay. But she was loving it. So listen, we got a double play for you from 1976. The number 2 song we're going to play for you is from Wild Cherry, and it was Play That Funky Music.
My theme song, baby.
Yes, it is. And then we're going to go directly from that into the number 7 hit, which was Gary Wright with Dream Weaver. And you're listening to Bobby G & Company on Bobby G & Company Show.
Number 2.
Burning down the one night stand.
Number 7.
I've just closed my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train, trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Ooh, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me high through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane. Cross the highways of fantasy. Help me to forget today's pain. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Though the dawn may be coming soon, there still may be some time. Fly me away to the bright side of the moon. Meet me on the other side. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Dreamweaver.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did
it! Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
You know, I will admit, Dreamweaver was one of the songs that I've had on my music list forever. I just never had really a good show to play it in. So I was really kind of stoked to see that make the top 10 chart in 76.
Yeah, great song.
Yeah, it was. I mean, all the music today, I mean, it's all 70s. But it's all really good stuff still. I mean, there's, you know, Horse with No Name, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. I mean, Sweet Home Alabama, Skinnerd, you know, I mean, Captain and Tennille.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Good bubblegum song.
Good bubblegum. Okay, I'll buy that. But, I mean, lots of good stuff. But a lot of music, too, I never thought I would hear on this show.
Right.
Lynn had given me a list a while back that
because you know you're partial to heavy metal rock.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, death metal, you know, and all that stuff. But I mean, Lynn had given me a list of stuff that was like, oh yeah, let's play some of this stuff. And once we do get out of the decades in reviews, I will go back to that, and I'll do a Lynn show. I'll let her pick all of the music.
Right.
And,
that'll never happen.
No, I will do that. Once these decade in reviews, the very first show will be a Lynn review.
We'll see.
And it'll be Lynn in review. So with that in mind, it is 8:43, and I am way behind on the music. So let's just jump into our next song, Pete, if you're ready for that.
Sure.
This was 1977. This was actually the #1 hit, and this was another group. Now, I kind of basement fan. I always liked these guys back in the day.
Yep.
But this one here,
we do have to do a road trip to Daryl's house for brunch, for some jazz brunch some Sunday.
Where's that?
Down in just over the line in New York on 84.
Oh, okay. So this one here is Hall & Oates with, again, 1977's #1 song. This one here is Rich Girl, and you're listening to Bobby G and Company.
Oops, wrong song.
Wrong song.
And you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch, girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far.
#1.
Did tell him I wasn't running a break, but he's typing away.
Yeah, I thought you were still going to do something. I didn't realize
I told you I wasn't running a break because we're running short on time.
We are running short.
Very short.
You caught me texting Hope and letting her know that I was
13 minutes left to go in the big show.
Skip the weather report for this one, and we're going to go right into another double play. So I do want to get all the music in. This one here is from 1978. This is the #5 song, which was Eric Clapton and Lay Down Sally. And then we're going to go right from that into the #9 song. Yeah. And this was, again, one of Hope's favorite bands. This is Queen with We Will Rock You and the Champions. And you're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB.
Number 5.
There is nothing that is wrong in wanting you to stay here with me. I know you've got somewhere to go, but won't you make yourself at home and stay with me? And don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. Sun ain't nearly on the rise. We still got the moon and stars above. Underneath the velvet skies, love is all that matters. Won't you stay with me? Don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, and no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. See the morning light, color in your face so dreamily. So don't you go and say goodbye. You can lay your worries down and stay with me. Don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, there's no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you.
Radio. Number 9.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, you're gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna make you zombie someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace, somebody better put your bag into your place. We will rock you. Sing it. had mistakes. I've made a few. I've had my shadows and kicks in my face, but I've come through. The beats are going on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. The champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Oh, we are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
That still brings back the night of 33 and a third Killer Queen
Oh,
over
yeah,
at
that
the
was
Women's
great,
Club.
yeah.
Those guys were phenomenal.
They
Oh my
were
God.
phenomenal, yep.
Hopefully we can get them back sometime in the future. I'd love to see them again. So we are coming to the end of a show, and I've got a bunch more stuff that I have to squeeze in. So we're going to jump right into another double play, but we're going to play the first song of a double play, and then we're going to come back and do our final weather report, and then do our farewells, and end the show with the second song of a double play. So this one here, I kind of got to guarantee that...
This is Harry Rock's theme song.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody at home that's listening to this, and this is a first for me playing this on the show, everybody at home is going to be doing that stupid little dance and with a dumb grin on your face the entire time.
Yep.
This one here is the Village People, and you all know it, so don't lie about it. You all know it, and you're all going to be home doing it. It is the YMCA, and you're listening to Bobby G and Company.
Number 7.
Young man, there's no need to feel
was once in your shoes. I said I was down and out with the blues. I felt no man cared if I were alive. I felt the whole world was so tired. That's when someone came up to me and said, young man, take a walk up the street. It's a place there called the YMCA. They can start you back on your way. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything fundamental enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, are you listening to me? Young man, what do you wanna be? YMCA. You'll find it at the YMCA. No man does it all by himself. Young man, put your pride on the shelf. YMCA. And just go to the
And once again this week, my wife, Hope Goff, from the Bobby G and Company Sky One Weather Chopper. How are things looking out there for today, honey?
Good morning, guys. Things are looking overcast, and I think the rain will be starting very soon.
Hey, at least it's not snow.
Oh yeah, I'll take rain anytime over snow. The forecast for today in Westfield is rain starting around 8 this morning and continuing until about dinner time, and then it gets pretty windy. Right now, though, our temperature is 43 degrees, with a high expected of 57. Sunrise was at 6:19 a.m., with sunset happening at 7:26 this evening.
Thanks, honey. Awesome job as always.
Thanks! I'm going to head back to the helipad now and try to get home before the rain starts. Please, everyone, remember to be safe during these very trying times. This is Hope Goff and the Bobby G and Company Sky One Weather Helicopter signing off. Have a great show, guys.
Thanks, Hope. Bye-bye.
Update on that. The current temperature is 45 degrees. So we have come to the end of a 3-hour broadcast. That still kills me that even 3 hours flies by.
Yeah, pretty fast today.
It feels like we just got here. So we will be ending with the second part of the double play, which is the number 9 hit from 1979. I do want to give a shout out to my friend Harry Rock, who is listening to the show and commenting that he's made converts out of us for utilizing his theme song with YMCA.
Well, the fact that I attempted to do it because I usually look cross when he plays it at the beginning of the show when he's doing it on set.
No, Harry's an awesome guy. I've worked with him in the past with part of the 350, and just a great guy to be around and a lot of fun. I'm very flattered that he listens to the show. That for me is awesome. And I also got to give a shout out to my buddy Ken and Stomsky. He was, I don't know, big target today. And,
he takes it in stride.
He does, but he's another guy.
There might be retaliation on Tuesday, but
there will be, I'm sure. But he's a great guy. I mean, it's all tongue in cheek. There's nothing, no intentions or anything like that. Both he, Harry, all these guys, Bob Plass, everybody associated with this station, outstanding individuals. And maybe what we should do is do some sort of a broadcast or something where, like for 4 hours, have the radio personalities all come in.
We do that at Christmas, but we should do that at the end of
do it at the end of this COVID.
Yeah,
and
have everybody come in.
Have everybody come in. We can have a social event with it and hang out with the people that we don't get to see very often.
We'll do a cookout.
That would be fun.
That'd be cool. Like a remote broadcast somewhere.
Right here, we can do a cookout.
But I'm saying, that kind of a mindset. If you're going to do a cookout, do parts of it outside and with the
Well,
camera
we have
and
the
all that stuff,
technology,
we do. I mean, that's something that we need to talk about and do up.
Yeah.
So listen, I want to thank everybody that took the time to listen to this show today. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. The 70s in review. Hopefully you got a chuckle out of it, and you now understand what they call a dinosaur fart, which is a blast from the past.
Oh, God.
Come on, that's still funny.
All right, you got to hurry up because we got to be out by 10:10.
We got to be out. So thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. As cheesy as it sounds, please be safe out there. We will get through this together, as everybody seems to be saying today. I want you back again next week for our broadcast. That will be the 80s in review, and God only knows what I'll be playing there. So our final song today is from the awesome Charlie Daniels.
Yeah.
And this one here is The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and you've been listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB. Take care, folks.
Number 9.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you played pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, cause I think I'm better than you." The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet and you're gonna regret, cause I'm the best as ever been. Johnny, rosin up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get this shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul." The devil opened up his case and he said, "I'll start this show," and fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this. When the devil finished, Johnny said, "Well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the bread pan, picking out dough. Granny, does your dog bite? No child knows." The devil bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat, and he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, "Devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been." He played, "Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan, picking out dough. Granny, will your dog bite? No child knows."